shook it to the left. We shook it to the right. We spiced up our life. This is Spice World on Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness. Alright, welcome back to Stinker Madness. Hopefully you viewed this movie on Netflix with us. It's Spice World with the Spice Girls.
Oh, yeah. This movie was awesome.
My first note is, fuck, it's a musical. I didn't think about that once. I was like, oh, fuck, this is a musical, not just they have songs or whatever that are non-diegetic. It's, the music is the story. Hey.
Well, it is the Spice Girls. That's kind of their thing.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't know what you were thinking.
Why was that such a big surprise?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, no.
It's about the Spice Girls playing themselves. No, they're not playing roles.
Playing caricatures of themselves.
Character art, is it? I don't know if that's caricatures. I think that's their shtick.
Well, I like the opening concert scene where Jerry has the girl power thing that said like superpowers and girl power and.
Okay.
I liked that she right away, first thing in the movie, she's promoting girl power.
Well, the first thing in the movie is not that. The first thing in the movie is the James Bond intro sequence.
That stinks.
That warps into the concert. Them being very tender to each other, to the camera, and to the audience. That's the very first thing you see is all five of their faces individually looking tenderly at the viewer.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. The
was
rainbow
cheesy
thing,
shit,
I was like, what?
Yeah, the psychedelic background, and then they warp into a concert, and it's still a cheesy, sappy song, and...
They go into the concert that is... I wrote down the lyrics. Too much of something is bad enough. Too much of nothing is just as tough.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, it does not.
That does not mean one thing.
But they want a man, Sam. That whole song was about...
So, if
not a boy
this
who's
means
trying
something if
for
you
a
have a
man.
uterus? What? Yeah, I don't know that... I tried to write down some of the other lyrics, but it was just too... Their songs are terrible.
I don't really think that they mean anything.
No, I did a spoken word of the, Wannabe, their hit. Which that's really their only number one hit, isn't it? Wannabe?
If you want to be my lover.
Yeah. Like their whole thing is really just that one song.
They had a couple more.
Yeah, I thought that they had...
I thought there was only like number one was Wannabe. I don't know.
I thought that song from this movie was the
hit. I mean, that's the movie portrays that, like, here comes the
I thought
hit.
that was a number one.
Was it? It could have been. But Wannabe is probably still on radio
I think that's
somewhere.
That's the song that made them really popular.
I think that was like a hit that was like number one for weeks on weeks on weeks. You couldn't get away from it.
I liked that song when it came out.
Gnarls Barkley crazy.
Well, just in case you were wondering, the soundtrack to Spice World sold over 20 million copies worldwide.
That sucks.
Wow.
So I'm guessing it's the best-selling album by a female group in musical history.
Oh, how about that?
So I am willing to bet that there's probably some number ones off of that.
That Colors of the World is then a number one hit too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway.
That was an awesome scene. I can't wait to talk about that one.
They're doing their little show, and then you see Alan Cumming in the low point of his acting career.
Oh, boy.
I like that they kind of tossed people in early.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just the Spice Girls. Within the first 10 minutes, even you see Elton John.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm still looking for...
Yeah, cameo appearance by Elton John. That was cute.
Off their first album, Spice, they had 6 number one hits.
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Yes. They were a really, really freaking big deal.
Yeah.
I liked the Spice Girls when they came out. I never had a problem with them after that.
So, you get the Alan Cumming, who I thought was terrible in this movie.
I don't think he just did what he usually does.
Yeah. He was...
With a chest beard wig.
He's just a hairy man. You can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I just thought that his character was the weakest point in the whole movie. I just didn't care.
Really?
Yeah, just didn't care. Everybody else
you were like,
George Wendt and Mark McKinney were brilliant. Obviously, the guy that
Roger
plays
Moore and his fucking
Roger
petting
Moore was
zoo.
great. The editor of the Daily Event and his minion, who is the guy that plays Hyde.
Not Rupert Murdoch and his crony.
Yeah, he plays Hyde in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I've seen him in some other stuff.
Yeah, he's in some other stuff.
I think he's British TV.
That
man.
was actually kind of they were genuinely funny a couple of times, and Clifford was genuinely funny once, I think.
Yeah, Clifford was a weak point as well for me. Definitely. One of the main things. But anyways, so they get into their giant tour bus.
Which I loved this tour bus. Like, right when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I want one of those.
It's a painted double-decker.
It's magic
with
because
the Union Jack flag.
It's bigger than, 5,000 square foot condo on the inside of it.
It's the Tardis.
Yeah.
You walk inside, it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own toilet.
No, nobody has any toilets.
There's one toilet and it's clogged up, so nobody gets to poop.
Meatloaf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he probably clogged that toilet.
Exactly.
I bet
He's
Meatloaf
like-
takes some huge dumps.
poops.
What? And then not only does he already initially take huge poops, but the fact that he's in England and his system isn't quite, adjusted to brisket all the time. He's really just dropping these bombs.
Ew.
That's why the toilet breaks.
Smells like fish in here. Yeah, so they have this amazing bus that all has their own section of the bus. It's the British roads in London must be also the smoothest, safest roads of all time, because you can stand around, you can walk, you can exercise inside of the bus, you can dance inside of the bus. No bumps, no
Well, the other thing is
physics at all.
they're in the bus a lot driving.
Mm-hmm.
Their destinations are like 400 feet from
Over
each
there.
other. It's
Yeah.
like they're all in London for the most part.
Yeah. Let's drive the bus a block.
A block, yeah. I guess it's a cool place to hang out. I would hang out there.
We got to get from Trafalgar to Buckingham Palace, and it's going to take us about 20 seconds by foot, but it takes about 5 minutes on film inside the bus.
Well, they do have a girls' pillow fight in this bus.
They do. That's true. They do. And they're very sassy to each other inside the bus.
Yeah.
I could only understand about half of the things that they were saying when they got into the bus, and I was like, same language, huh?
Sporty
Boy.
has got the strongest Cockney accent. I can't believe she made it in the cut.
Well, that's the thing when you're watching it. I mean, let's take this next statement with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that she's the best singer. That's why she's in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she is the worst singer.
Well, if she overdoes it, yes. I think it stinks.
Mm-hmm.
But she has the strongest voice of any of them.
It is very
strong.
Stands out from the others for sure. The four others have very gentle, harmonic voices, where she's very powerful.
But you
I
can
also
see
have
her
read
with
that
a
she has-
switchblade knife in some dark, shanky pub where she's just like, I'm gonna sing karaoke, and that's how she got into Spice World, and then she's like, oi, I stab you with me fucking knife!
Right.
Because that's kind of how she is.
I didn't understand anything she said through the whole movie.
Her accent is thick. Real thick.
Also, the other thing that I would say would support that she is the best singer, she has 6 solo albums.
Oh,
None of the other ones have that many solo albums.
I thought Jerry Halliwell had like 3 or 4.
I thought Jerry Halliwell just takes her top off.
Oh, well, that too. Apparently so do the Spice Girls, because that joke comes into play. Why don't you
Yeah.
show me your babes, Jerry, or take your top off? Pip, pip. So
Pip, pip.
they, we now are introduced to, there's a lot of things that happen.
There's-
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
that
I
aren't
want
really
to talk about
events.
something before we move
'Cause
into
they're
this. too
going-
far.
Okay, alright.
Did you ever know, have you ever wondered, why is there no Asian Spice?
Because they're British.
Because the Asian Spice is pregnant, Justin. So she wasn't around. They clear this up in the movie.
She could have been part of the team.
Right, and she isn't because she got knocked out by Trevor, who ends up leaving her.
Trevor? I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Again, I only understood half of the things that they were saying.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of plot points that I probably missed. I did understand that one of the key plot points is they were starting a new tour, and it was a world tour because they were going to go to millions of countries.
Millions, maybe more.
Maybe more, which is... They did not do well in geography or math.
Well, they also don't do good in world tour planning because they never leave London.
No, they don't.
Not at any point. Oh, they go out to the woods to take a poop, but that's about it. But speaking of plot points...
Because Meatloaf has clogged all the shitters in England.
So, speaking of plot points, we're introduced to George Wendt and Mark McKinney, who are trying to make a movie about the Spice Girls. And the plot of their movie... is the plot of this movie.
You don't get that for a long time.
No, they do introduce us at the beginning where he's talking about their singers, and there's no plot. They just drive around and be the Spice Girls. And he's like, great. That's exactly what I want.
This is the second.
And that's exactly what you're delivered in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? When we get to... Who's the guy with all the animals?
Roger Moore?
Roger Moore. Mm-hmm. The first time we see him, I didn't know what this meant, and I have to ask you guys, because this is shortly after that, right? After the movie pitch, when we get introduced to him. He says, the drummer without sticks has no backbeat. What the hell does that mean?
Everything he says means nothing. Mm-hmm. It's all very vague, and doesn't mean anything. But if a drummer doesn't have sticks, then he can't play the drums, so there's no backbeat to the song. So that's what that means. But it's still, knowing all that, it means nothing.
Yeah, after this first line that I wrote down, I was like, dude, I just don't know that I can... Maybe he's just saying nothing. Because every time we see him after that, I was like, I don't think that...
Roger Moore gives us some gems.
He's got the cat.
He gives us some gems, and my personal favorite is... When the rabbit of chaos is pursued by the ferret of disorder through the fields of anarchy, it is time to hang your pants on the hook of darkness, whether they're clean or not. Wow. That one's really what?
That one was where they
pants on the hook of darkness.
And I thought, from a screenwriting perspective, that they went for that one too early because he's got like 4 more after that. Mm-hmm. I think that one needed to be a little later on because it was just they blew their wad on that joke too early.
Yes, I completely agree. Well, he's also got a revolving door of tiny creatures that he can pet maniacally, or
he's got a petting zoo.
Yeah, he's got a petting zoo. He starts out with a cat, Mr. Bigglesworth.
I'm missing how many times I wrote down it stinks on here. I wrote down it stinks after the song The Bus. It stinks.
After Meatloaf, it really stinks.
Yeah, and then the movie idea with George Wendt. It stinks. Mm-hmm. And we're caught up with it stinks now.
Right. Okay.
Good job, Sam.
So, what else has Roger Moore got? He's got the cat, he's got a pig, a bunny.
Yeah, I'd say he's got a cat, a bunny, and a pig.
I didn't notice that the animals changed until the bunny. So they might have snuck another one in there before that.
Yeah.
That I didn't catch.
I just like that he was feeding the pig with a bottle at one point.
A baby bottle, nipple thing, whatever those, baba.
Giving it a bottle.
It's a bottle.
It's a child's bottle.
Well, you can have bottles that aren't child's bottles. Anyways. Alan Cumming is making a documentary about the Spice Girls, and he wants to get to the core of them, not with all the glamour and the glitz, what they are really like, which is impossible to do, I guess, because that's what they are, is what the movie is
telling us, yeah.
Maybe that's what they are. Movie doesn't pull any punches.
So when we meet the Asian pregnant friend, though...
Okay. Back to the Asian pregnant friend. I have a feeling this whole episode is going to be all over the place because...
The movie is like that.
The movie is all over the place.
So, she goes, I can't wait to know what it's going to be like for you guys when you all become moms. And they do the flash forward.
Lots of flash forwards, flashbacks.
And they all live together.
Mm-hmm. When they're all pregnant.
And they're all pregnant in their own personalities. Right? The Sporty's fat and pregnant, but she's still on the training bicycle, stationary bike. Posh is still very concerned about how she looks. I thought that they could have done the baby with a baby joke, and they didn't. I was kind of surprised about that. But, yes, they're very pregnant. Where are you going? That's it?
I just liked that scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. I did not. I think I wrote down here, it stinks.
I like how the sporty one is now just this fat piece of crap, and
But she's still sporty.
She's still on the bike.
She's still working.
She still has her jumpsuits on, though.
Eh.
Well, there's also another group of guys that are trying to sabotage the Spice Girls and their world tour.
It's the newsman.
The editor and his crony from Daily Event.
Right.
And he only wants to, just because he's tired about reading about them.
Yes.
And being happy. So he's like, I'm gonna fuck up their day.
I'm gonna write more material about them.
He's, whatever, Jonas, he's all gonna Jonas out and, like, Spider-Man.
Jonas out? Oh, J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson.
JJJ?
JJJ. He's trying to manufacture news versus just reporting.
It's odd that you bring up Spider-Man again, because in the Prelude episode we talked about Spider-Man. Something about the Spice Girls and Spider-Man, all in the same thing.
That would have been an awesome movie.
Spider-Man, Spice Girls?
Spicer-Man?
Spicer-Man.
Because he would have gotten sucked into the glam. You know, Spider-Man would have.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been like, he would have started off as their photographer, right? Peter Parker, the photographer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it would have been like, oh no, the toilets are plugged. I'll save you. And he whips it on his web, plunges the toilet, whips back out.
Nice.
Or he doesn't shoot webs anymore, he just shoots glitter.
Yeah, glitter and spice.
And then plunges the toilet.
So, Event Magazine sabotage guys hire the ultimate paparazzo.
Yes.
He is the best in the world at it. How is he the best? Prove to us that you are the best in the world at this.
He's already got photos of the editor.
Right. Before,
from that morning.
Yeah, from that morning. Of him at first smelling his socks before he puts them on, which I thought was funny. Who does that? I guess they're good.
Fresh enough.
Then 11:45 in the elevator, picking his nose. Another bogey breakfast.
Bogey.
That was awesome.
Laughed to the point of tears.
I think that's the best line in the movie.
Bogey breakfast. Just the way he says, like, bogey breakfast.
Another bogey breakfast. I don't even know what he does after that because I was laughing too hard about the bogey
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And then he gave him a picture of when the editor was 12 years old with somebody.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah, and then he just disappears.
Yeah, he's poof, he's gone again. He's poof there, poof gone. He's like Batman of paparazzi. He's the best. Yeah, so back to the Spice Girls. They're mostly just dinking off again. I don't know what they're doing or where they're going.
But let me tell you a generalized thing that I want to... Because I can throw it in
they
anytime.
went back...
But...
Let her go.
Shut up, Sam.
I stopped talking.
That's right. Whoa! Wait,
Girl power.
Scary... Yeah, girl power, Sam! Scary Jack is best! So... Was it just
You're a motorcycle? What? Rin!
I think they were trying to make them all the same height when they were, like, on shows or, you know, when they were in a line. Because you notice that, or at least I did, that Baby Spice, Victoria Spice...
Victoria Spice? Victoria
Posh
Beckham's
Spice.
Posh Spice. I don't need to know this. You
and
should know
Jerry,
this.
right? They all have high heels or platforms on the entire movie to make them the same height as Sporty Spice and Scary Spice.
No, Scary Spice was wearing some big-ass elevators. She had, like, 4-inch elevators on.
She did a couple times as well.
Yeah, I think that...
But when they're all standing in a line,
yeah,
though...
I think Melanie Chisholm is just a bunch taller than the other ones.
And that just doesn't look good on stage.
No, they have to be all the same height. I wrote that down.
So they're all about equalization of genders and races, but not height.
Or age. There's a 4-year difference top to bottom.
Right. 4?
Jerry Halliwell is currently 42.
I thought she was older than that.
Emma Bunton is currently 38.
I think in this
Melanie
movie...
Brown is 39.
I think Jerry Halliwell looks like she's about 40 in this movie.
She looks better now than she looked in the movie.
Really?
But she's still... I'm not attracted to her. I don't find her to be an attractive woman. Anyway...
She's not on your screw list time
are
machine?
any of them on your time machine hit list? Apparently not.
No, because I would probably still nail most of them.
Like today.
Today.
You don't need a time machine for that.
Yeah.
They're just on your hit list.
Not really.
Okay.
They're not, I mean...
To-do list?
Targets of opportunity, maybe.
If I get around to it?
If we were both in the same pub and there was enough time for a shag.
And they had cheeseburgers.
I don't think they need
So
cheeseburgers.
what he's saying is if he was going to England with us...
I wouldn't say no to having sex with any of the Spice Girls currently.
There you go. All right. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Both Melanie Chisholm and Victoria Beckham are 40, so...
I don't know if you know this or not,
same age.
but we're kind of a big deal. So I'll call some people, and they'll call some people, and who knows? Who's to say? Who's to say?
But if I was getting choosy, it wouldn't be Jerry Halliwell.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Well, boys are like pizza, and that might work out for you.
Is that... Because they get to the weird building that they're practicing their concert.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where we're at in the movie
I think
now?
that's where we're at, because the next note I have is boys are like pizza, because that's what the best analogy... Why they never have boys around them is because boys are like pizza.
And that was the beginning of This I Swear times 2. Right. We had to listen to that. There's a couple of songs that we have to listen to twice in this movie.
Yep.
And that was
right, because they're at a party now.
No, they're at the studio.
Practicing.
They're at the studio.
They're practicing.
Where Scary Spice is wearing the spacesuit.
Yes.
And
the spacesuit.
Why?
She got that in there a couple of times.
That? Do you have to make that yourself, or can you just go to like some stupid store?
And it wasn't even a spacesuit. It was like
a
jacket made to look like a spacesuit.
Yeah. Yeah. One of those poofy ski jacket type jobbers. I don't know. But anyway, so they do some more practicing and some more singing, and Alan Cumming's still trying to get some info from them. But the next thing that they have to deal with is the boys. They're out practicing some more in a different location, and they got the Italian video director. I think it's supposed to be a music video, and they got sexy boys dancing behind them with juggly boobs.
With sailor hats on.
Sailor hats and not...
They were wearing...
gimpy pants.
Very package accentuating...
Right.
Mankinis.
They looked like the ballet dancers in Top Secret.
Right, but you know that she even, like, Scary Spice is like, I bet that's a sock in there.
Yeah. Right. I bet you it's a sock in there too. I would put a sock in there. If I had to do something like that, if that was my job, absolutely, unquestionably, I'm not going in saying sock. Maybe a cucumber. I don't know.
Zucchini.
I
know a guy that...
Don't do a carrot.
For Halloween, wore a ski suit, the really tight ones, and then just shoved a zucchini down there, and that was his Halloween costume, was Big Wiener Guy. What are you for Halloween? I'm Big Wiener Guy.
Nice.
That's awesome. So they don't like it. They're not happy about the dancing men. Because is it detracting from what they represent, or...
You know what? Here's the thing. This movie consistently portrays the idea of availability of these women. And that's just part of it. They could all be your girlfriend.
Oh.
That's what this movie is saying at its very core.
I see.
They're selling the idea that this is your girlfriend.
I like that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like them if they were slutty.
You should buy all their albums because they're the sort of woman that you want your girlfriend to be.
Okay.
So they're all available.
I think that's just good marketing.
Yeah, that's how it works with money. That's how they sell most of these acts like that, or even single women stars. Sometimes if it's like Britney Spears until she started
pretty slutty.
Yeah, well, that thing is that you can only keep the curtain only hides so much.
True. Stick that baby on top of that car and drive around. So Clifford has to compromise with basically Dino De Laurentiis of video concerts or video music videos, and so instead the compromise is dancing ass pants. I think they had it better before. I think you got the raw end of the deal.
Yeah. Dancing. If you want to be in my gang, and then the guys turn around and
the only lyrics
they're wearing ass pants,
and then they turn around and the butt's been cut out of them.
Yeah. If you want to see wait, that's not the This I Swear times 2. What the hell happened with
This I Swear times 2 was in the studio with the...
Oh, did they do both of them in there? Okay.
Like so back to back.
Come On. And the only lyrics in this song were, come on,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be in my gang. That is it. There was no other lyrics in that song.
If you want to be in my gang, my gang, my gang.
You gotta not have
Assless pants,
anything
assless
covering
pants.
your butt.
Yeah, the buttless pants was really kind of strange.
I didn't see that coming.
No!
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
Uh-huh. Sure. Funny. Right.
No, I seriously thought that was hilarious.
Well,
It's a compromise. Okay.
Butts are hanging out.
yeah.
Good thing that one guy wiped really well.
Huh?
Because one of them would have turned around and they would have missed a piece of toilet paper. A Klingon was down there and he's like, oh, look at that toilet paper swinging and dancing.
Do you think that these gentlemen dancers, like, butt wax?
I would assume so.
I don't like the idea of trying that.
Mm-mm.
I don't think that would be
I
pleasant
don't like
at
the
all.
idea of waxing.
Well, yeah.
Like, I don't think that's pleasant. Especially, well, no, I guess I shouldn't. Now I'm gonna sext out here, or sexist out here, to say something stupid like, oh, I bet you it's 10 times worse for a man to wax than it is for a woman. Why would I even think that? It's gotta be just equally
It's just ripping
terrible.
hair out.
Yeah, it's just gotta be
hard and
terrible.
as fast as you can. Doesn't sound nice at all.
No.
No,
But,
as
but
somebody
we
who
are
has
a lot
waxed-
hairier than women, so women don't probably have to wax their ass to wear the ass pants. But men have to wax their ass to wear ass pants.
Yeah, I don't have to wax my ass to wear a pair of ass pants.
Mm.
Shave my asshole, yes.
I bleach my asshole.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure that thing looks like the sun.
Here comes the sun. Is that why you keep doing that to me every morning?
Just so I can stick my legs behind my head and stare at it in the mirror and be like, that's bright and sunny. I feel happy
That's
now.
how Justin starts every morning.
I drink coffee and stare at my butthole.
Yep, and sing Here Comes the Sun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it's all right.
It's alright. So they get back on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And if I miss anything here, please
I
interject.
think there's the second pitch, the first like full story screenplay pitch to George Wendt from Mark McKinney.
Oh yeah, they're at some undisclosed restaurant near the Tower Bridge.
Wrote down it stinks.
It stinks. There's alligators.
Yeah, well that was the second one.
Right.
The first one was just dumb. Like it didn't make any sense. And then the second one was like, well, picture alligators.
Yeah. So
Well, and then they went to that party, too.
Party.
Which is where you're thinking that, oh, we asked them about the boys. No, they asked them about the boys at this launch party, and the guy couldn't get in, and the pregnant Asian lady goes, oh, well, here's an extra ticket, and gives him the ticket so they can go in.
That was not the same location that I'm talking about.
But that's where he asked about the boys.
No, that's a different...
Yes,
that's a different...
it is.
Boys or pizza is different than what you're talking about. He does the same thing. It talks about boys there. Where's your boys? But it's not boys are like pizza. That's a different scene. But yeah, I don't know if we're there yet.
Yeah, because it was before
we still
the
have-
Italian gang song.
We still have the crap break in the woods.
The flash forward.
No. That
that
happened-
doesn't happen there for a while.
This party, because I wrote it down, everyone at this party has hair or clothing like one of the Spice Girls.
Oh,
And
the
the woman from
Wild Dance Club.
No, it's not a wild dance club. It's the woman from Absolutely Fabulous is standing there talking to somebody.
See, I don't have that for a while because that's
Yeah,
No,
I have
that's-
that all the way down.
it's like
No,
down
and
here 'cause
then-
that's what's with the pregnant lady because that's time 2. So there's
she
stuff
goes
in
into
between.
labor right at that place.
No. This is not...
No.
You guys don't remember this scene then. Moving
No,
on.
I do. The party. We're just not there yet.
No, the party happened before the assless pants, and then they had the toilet
That's
scene.
fine. Yes.
Huh. Okay, well, anyways, let's get to the aliens.
And, bogey breakfast actually happens here. After the fashion shoot that stinks.
Yeah.
Because they
Well,
just
you know,
dress
you-
up.
Oh, they do have a fashion shoot, and that scene is awful.
Yes.
It is shitting in my eyeballs bad. It is terrible.
But, we did put that disclaimer earlier that this movie jumps around a lot, so...
Yeah, I get lost in the zaniness.
Like, I'm trying to think, I guess that
There's
action
really
shoot
no
happens
plot in
right
this movie
there.
at all. So it's really hard to, connect any of the events in this movie to anything. There's
Yeah.
There's no linear timeline.
There's no time in this movie. Time is a property that doesn't exist in this film.
So was Scary Spice supposed to be, speaking of this photo shoot thing, was she supposed to be Bob Marley in one of those shots?
I don't know what the hell was going on there.
Like the reggae guy?
Yeah, there were some reggae guys, but I think it's just reggae guys.
I think she was supposed to be trying to be Bob Marley, because I thought they were trying to do everybody famous.
Well, they were dressed up like they were just,
Like Grease.
middle-class people in the 60s for a while, too.
Mm-hmm.
They had Grease.
Yeah, they did have some
Marilyn
homages, but I don't think every single one was an homage. I think those were just reggae people.
And Posh Spice decided she was a Bond girl.
She did?
Mm-hmm. Didn't you see that part? Where she was like, she had the
I saw the whole
wig
thing.
on with the white bikini top, and then she had the knife. And she
Ursula
Bond.
Andress from, which one is that? It's
Dr. No.
Sean Connery.
Dr. No.
I think it's Dr. No.
The one on the beach?
On the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dr. No.
Yeah. Would you like me to
because
talk?
She actually says Bond girl or whatever.
No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die.
Yes, that whole thing stinks.
That scene was terrible. I thought that was one of the worst in the movie, and just didn't fit with anything else, as thematically.
I don't think most of this fit together.
No, it really kind of doesn't.
Which made it entertaining as hell.
So they get back on the bus, they drive out to the woods, and they have to take a potty break. That's when we first see that Meatloaf is their bus driver.
Right.
And, oh, hey, it's Meatloaf.
No, it's not. We see Meatloaf at the very beginning. They front load Meatloaf pretty good too.
I miss Meatloaf at that point.
Yeah,
I
there's just a
missed
shot
him
of
too.
him in the front of the bus.
Huh, okay. Well, they have to poop
that's my-
or pee or whatever, do their business. The toilet's plugged up, whatever. And so they all go out into the middle of the woods. I don't know if the Spice Girls would all go out into the middle of the woods to poop or pee. I just don't see that happening. I could not suspend my disbelief during the scene.
I think that, like, it would have been funny if they all, like, got back to back where you can, like, keep standing, but you're sitting, you know, like, when you do that thing.
Right.
But they all did that and then pooped. That'd be incredible.
and then just got up and got back on the bus like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's just something that happens. Everybody does that, right? So, Meatloaf...
And then if you do
I
you'd
just
be
got
like,
a vision of Baby Spice just launching a corn hog up against the bush in the woods. It just doesn't work. No. I cannot suspend my disbelief. They're not going to poop in the
They're
woods.
not pooping in the woods. They're Spice Girls. They don't poop anyways. Like, I've always... the concept of famous people pooping is just weird to me. like Prince having the trots. Like, does Prince have the trots? I think so. I think Prince is like, I don't feel good. You take a shit for me. Somebody else takes a shit for Prince. He doesn't have to. Like, it's just weird to me. But anyways.
so if you're famous, you don't poop. And if you ever meet Justin out there, you'd be like, you're right, son. I do not poop.
I have somebody poop for me. Now, who wants pancakes? So instead of getting to poop, well, Meatloaf does his, I can't do that line, but I won't do that, you know.
Because fix the toilet.
Yeah. But I won't do that.
I
I'll
love
do
these
anything
girls.
for these girls, but I won't do that.
Which implies that they, again, take huge deuces.
Huge dookies. Don't like poop.
That was, when they get out there in the woods and the alien spaceship comes,
So weird.
that is shot for shot Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky. Oh,
Fire in the Sky
yeah,
was
with that
super
alien
popular
movie.
in, like, 95.
Abducted
Probably, like...
anal
Is that why you were
movie.
like, dude, I hope this is Boston?
No, I just really wanted Boston to come
I
out
thought
and
if,
show them how to
if
fucking
it was
rock.
Boston, I would have lost my shit. I would have taken off my shirt and danced around like crazed man. Fuck yeah! Love Boston. But it wasn't Boston. It was aliens that suck.
That honk boobs.
They're booby honking, sign my tummy aliens. Which, the aliens were so vague and weird as to what they were. She probably was not signing a belly. That was probably reproductive organs that got signed right there.
Who knows?
Who's to say?
Yeah, but they got autographs. They wanted tickets to their next show.
Kiss, Jerry Halliwell has to kiss one of them.
Yeah.
And,
Then they got a photo.
Boob honk.
Yep.
Weird. Very strange. Like, was that supposed to be, like, I don't know. I thought that was also stupid.
But here's the key to this scene. They don't get to poop.
They do not get to poop.
They just go get back on the bus.
They just get back on the bus and drive off, and that's the end of it.
Well, you know, they really had to do something there because it was like, I'm not getting out and pretending to be in this movie. Like, where was that going to go? Other
There
than
was
an
no
alien
place.
attack?
Like, no, they couldn't have pooped.
No, the toilet clogged was to get them to the aliens.
I understand that, but there was no way that the filmmakers
were gonna...
would have been like, okay, now squat, and we're going to have you guys having a conversation while you're squatting. They had to have something happen.
If that happened, this would have made my Hall of Fame. The Spice Girls in the woods talking to each other while taking deuces.
And being sassy to each other.
Yeah.
Anyways, we
Then Melody Chisholm. She couldn't understand a damn word she said.
Okay, we gotta move on from the pooping scene, or we're gonna be there for a month.
That's the terror. That's ground zero for us. The pitfall that we have. If there's pooping in the movie, we're screwed.
Gotta move on.
Gonna get stuck.
We gotta get out of here.
We're like, yeah, poop movie.
So Clifford is getting fed up with them. They're just too spicy. The Spice Girls. He can't wrangle them well enough. So he sends them to dancing training.
That was just a stupid scene.
That was a really stupid scene.
It stinks.
It stinks. I didn't like it.
And that was
my least favorite scene of the movie.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know who that guy is. He was supposed
somebody.
to be John Cleese.
John Cleese said no to it.
It is not John Cleese. But it was... He did a very poor impression of John Cleese.
Yeah.
They did not change the role at all. You can see that was written specifically for John Cleese, and the guy just did the best he could with it. It was like the Ministry of Silly Dances is what it was.
It was a mix between the Ministry of Silly Dance or Silly Walking and Marching the Square. The dance
Marching
scene.
the Square, I always forget about that part. Yeah. Yeah.
And why did they have to go?
They're marching the square. Yes, I do. All right, then off we go.
So why did they have to do an obstacle course?
Because I think it looks cool.
Because they're just toughening them up, even though Victoria Adams walks around.
Yeah, walks around shit. She's too poshy. She can't get in there.
She just has to pull her skirt. Her obstacle is that her skirt keeps riding up.
Yeah.
She just has to keep tugging it down so that we don't get any...
I don't understand women's clothing, really.
It doesn't work most of the time. It doesn't work.
Like, who's the guy that makes that skirt for the very first time and is like, or the gal, whatever, and the first person that wears it is like, you know what, this doesn't work, but I like it. Mm-hmm. I constantly have to keep it...
If I stand still,
from doing what I don't want it to do. Short skirts are dumb from a logistical standpoint. Now, if you like short skirts and looking at them, that's fine. But wearing them, probably not ideal.
They always ride up.
Yeah.
And the tight, it's basically a tube sock for your body was what she's wearing most of the time.
It is a very poorly engineered tool.
It's a stretchy clothing tube is what Victoria Adams Beckham wears
pretty much
throughout
the
this
whole
movie.
Yeah.
It's a different colored.
She's wearing camo.
Cloth tubes.
Yeah, cloth tubes. Cloth tube. Well, so they have to go through the training course. There's a spider in one of the tubes, icky. And that's about it. That's about all that happens out there.
But then they get scared at night.
Oh, they get scared at night. That's true. Because the paparazzi, the super paparazzo...
That was in between, though, because they're staying at that house now.
Right.
I also... This is when I realized that Emma Bunton had a lollipop in her mouth the entire time. I was
movie.
like, this is a choking hazard.
Yeah.
Do you wonder, she could have...
I bet you she really doesn't like lollipops.
Well, that was the next thing I wrote down. I bet she fucking hates them.
Yeah, no, I never want to have another lollipop.
The second that the Spice Girls broke up, she was like, I'm never...
Ugh, Tootsie Roll, fuck yourself.
Yeah, and that she had very nice teeth. Like, the nicest of all of their teeth. And it was like, hey, well, you got straight British teeth and you're cramming candy in that mouth? Come on now.
She probably had to go to the dentist a lot.
Yeah. Well, I bet you they probably all did. Anyways.
I bet she, even when they were doing it, wasn't really sucking on it, she was getting the least out of every one of those.
She just has a man that stands near her assistant, and all he does is take and hold the lollipop until it's time to act again, and then here's your lollipop.
There's a camera, I've got the stupid thing, if not, I'm throwing it away.
Yeah. So, the paparazzo shows up and climbs out of the toilet in the house.
Which is total ghoulies.
I liked that part.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
fun. I thought it was well shot, too, actually.
It would look just like when the thing comes out of the toilet in Ghoulies.
Except for the ghoulies were small. This is an entire man.
Yeah, but he's bald like the little monster.
Right. True. So they're scared because he's in there trying to find stuff. They have some more discussion about life and each other and love and things and flowers. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
They were scared about their upcoming live concert.
But there's another flashback in here, or flash forward, isn't there?
There's now the next thing that happens after the scary scene is another pitch.
Oh, right.
The movie, and that's Spice Force 5.
Spice Force 5, that's what I'm thinking of. It stinks. Spice Force 5 stinks. What do we got?
So they're like silver.
Baby Spice.
Fighting.
Future clothing.
Yeah, they're like spies, a super team.
Baby Spice knows Kung Fu.
Yeah. Sporty Spice does the shit from Mission Impossible, but then
espionage spy lady.
It's finger soccer.
Right. Scary is
football.
demolition expert. She blows up a wrong building.
Yeah.
Jerry Halliwell
is the master of disguise and turns into Bob Hoskins.
Oh, yes. She turns into Bob Hoskins. I like that. I was fine with that.
Yes.
I felt bad for Bob Hoskins, but
everybody else was in it.
If you're going to make a cameo, I think that's a decent
Actually,
cameo to
you know what happened? Because he was there for probably an hour. He probably did that 3 times.
Why?
Why would he not? Why would he be there any longer?
Why would he be there that long?
I think it takes about an hour.
To shoot a 15-second shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't shooting for an hour, but he was there on site for about an hour.
Maybe he was palling around with him for longer.
And then, as he's leaving, he found out that John Cleese said no and got pissed.
Oh, shit.
Shit, I thought
Bad
Cleese was going to be in this movie. Fuck.
So, and then Posh is still just Posh. She just has some Mercedes behind her. That's all that's her
standing there. Well, she has longer hair for a second.
Yeah, she's like this weird long ponytail thing.
So Spice Force 5 happens. It sucks. Or it stinks. Then they're on the bus again.
But they see a boat.
They got the kids with them.
Oh, they got the kids. Yeah, there was some kids.
Contest-winning kids.
Competition-winning kids. And it's time for zany time. We've been on this bus for too long. Zany! We gotta have fun! Woo! So they take the kids and put them completely into danger.
Yes.
If I was their parents, I would have been very upset.
They get on a really nice boat with the guy who's just a boatman.
And he's cool with it. Fuck it, the Spice Girls. You guys sing some lollipop songs, and I'll drive you around the Thames.
Yeah. Well, they're not the Minnesota Vikings.
It is not that kind of boat party.
No.
There is no cocaine or hookers on this boat party.
In fact, although I would say that I am not the kind of guy that would enjoy the Minnesota Vikings boat party, I think that would be a little bit too extreme for me. This boat party stinks.
It stinks. It's not a good boat party. It
stinks.
Well, Sporty,
there's a log in the River Thames.
And they have to dodge it, which sends the boat careening in.
He had to make an evasive maneuver.
Evasive maneuver, and
the kids in Posh
bail, which I thought was like, this is stupid. But then Sporty takes a dive to save them.
Yeah, that was awesome. And here's the good part. This is one of the best parts of the movie. It's the number 3 bad dive.
It is a terrible dive. I'm sure this was not Sporty that did that stunt.
No,
but it was a belly flop.
It was a terrible dive.
And the thing is if it wasn't coming out of a boat that was going 50. It was a bad dive.
I bet you
this bad dive turned into a sideways belly flop because it would have been a belly flop, but you also have to calculate that you're still moving about 45 when you hit the water.
Yeah,
so it was just
bad to have hurt terribly. But now they're in trouble because they're having Clifford's had enough of them. He yells at them. They're on the news again with their boat party drama, and now they're gonna break up, apparently. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, Clifford, you fucked it all up, man. You had one-way ticket to gold superstardom, and now you don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or does he? Because they all go their separate ways, but then they all have the same flashback at the exact same time about the diner.
Which is in case we forgot the song Wannabe.
Right, gotta have Wannabe in there.
In case we forgot that they're the ones that did that song, we get to listen to that whole song.
Yeah.
And watch them try to... Oh, God, it was bad.
Yeah, did you notice the dancing in this movie? The non-choreographed dancing by them?
All slut moves.
I didn't catch that. They are all terrible dancers, is what I saw. They, like, 3 times they do the idiot.
Dances are... minimal at best.
Very minimal, sure. But it looks like they're doing something that they're supposed to be doing. When they had nothing to do, they just put their arms up in the air and danced around like they did Kevin Nealon's Idiot.
Yeah, no, I'm watching...
They dance like white people.
This is the pinnacle, so we watched Metallica Into the Never, Through the Never, whatever the hell that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's their show packaged as well as it can be, and it's mind-blowing.
Right.
This is their show packaged as well as it can be, and I think it's one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They don't hardly dance. Their songs aren't very good. They don't sing that well. I mean, this is mailing it in and cha-ching.
Yeah,
Ka-ching on a pretty average try at a supergroup or a teen girl band bullshit.
Well, we find out that Asian Spice,
I still don't know what's going on with that.
Curry Spice?
Curry Spice? What is her name?
I don't know.
Does she have a name in
I
here? She's just the pregnant girl.
The pregnant Spice. That's what it is. Baby Spice. Well, no, there is a
It's
baby
Baby
Spice.
Spice.
God damn it.
The Prego Spice.
Prego Spice. Dilating Spice. She doesn't get to be in the band. I don't know why she doesn't get, because she's not pregnant at that point.
No.
Why wasn't she part?
I didn't ever get at any point that she was part of the band. I thought she was just some...
They're besties. They're all the 6 besties. How come
Maybe
she doesn't get to be part?
sing so good.
I'm sure she sings just fine enough.
That's true. And what's with the guy at the diner?
He's like Mel. Like, Mel's Diner. He's just there.
Yeah.
All the teen kids get to hang out at the diner, but no customers
And
actually
he's
ever
going
go
to
in
be
there.
like, you kids should listen to more jazz.
Yeah.
It's
All
coming back. Okay, whatever.
Whatever. Anyways. So, they decide to take Prego Spice,
Clubbing.
Afterbirth Spice.
Yeah. Oh, boo.
Placenta Spice.
Placenta Spice.
To a club, which is a great idea.
Yeah, you get a woman that is past due in her pregnancy, like
2 weeks now.
Let's go clubbing.
Let's go clubbing.
This is gonna work out good.
Well, they go to this weird nightclub.
And now,
It's a
I got a
trainee
joke
club.
here.
I think it's a trainee club.
It is. You go to a party, there's trannies and pregnant ladies.
And the
what
only
is
songs
this?
they play are the Spice
Club
Girls.
the Internet? Trannies and pregnant girls? Because if you go onto the internet, you can see things happen to both varieties, and sometimes at the same time.
Ew.
Ew!
Well...
Club making me feel icky!
Icky club. So, of course, conveniently, they play the club only plays Spice Girls songs. So they get on center stage and start dancing around. And the funny thing is nobody really goes nuts about the Spice Girls. Like, hey, it's the Spice Girls. They're in our club. And it's their songs that we like.
Men dressed as women, they got their own things to worry about.
Like, what?
Like, looking good, I don't know. They're not, I don't think trannies are concerned with... I
Spice
think
Girls?
that trannies are probably very non-starstruck.
Maybe the trannies thought that the Spice Girls were just other trannies dressed up as the Spice Girls.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And there was also a guy dressed as Master Blaster from Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. There was also Medusa.
That place is... That's a dumb club.
It's a weird club. Don't go there. But of course, it's labor time now.
I think that the water should have broke on the dance floor.
On the balcony, so it would just kind of drip down on people.
So yeah, that's like...
And something's tripping on me. Oh no!
Things that could have happened in this movie that would have made it a great bad movie. Baby Spice corn log and breaking water on the dance floor, and then somebody slipping in it.
Oh, shit. Well, so now they have to take her to the hospital. So there's no time for an ambulance, so of course they put her in the Spice bus, take her to the hospital, and they're going to be there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Long time. God knows how long they're going to be. It's like 15 hours.
Which is already 2 weeks late.
The doctor knows immediately, just by looking at the Asian's face, that it's going to be a long and arduous labor. Walks right in, you guys are going to be here for a long time. Okay, I guess that's how... This doctor is the best pregnancy doctor of all time. She knows everything. Doesn't even have to check.
I don't even know if she... I couldn't even tell if she was a doctor. She's some freelancer rolling around telling people shit that isn't the truth.
So
everything's fine in here, and you believe it because they're in a hospital and they're wearing white.
Yeah,
you could do that for about 3 hours before somebody caught you and really screw up everything that was happening.
I think you should go to hell and die miserably in hell if you ever do that. That is the biggest of dick moves.
To pretend to be a doctor.
Ever.
It's completely against the law.
Yeah.
It's specifically not just like... It's like impersonating a police officer. Pretending to be a doctor is specifically a crime. You cannot do that
That's
because
a real
of
dick move.
the scenario I just talked about.
Oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry about that rash. Put some Windex on it. So they're going to be late to the concert that they have to do because...
Their first live concert.
Haven't they been giving concerts this whole time?
I don't know.
This is a live televised concert. It's the first one.
Oh.
Because that's part of the script. Because Mark McKinney comes up and starts telling us what's happening in the movie as it's happening at this point.
Right. Like, now he's got the idea for the movie.
And the Meatloaf doesn't get to be in the movie anymore because he was sleepy and he took a nap in the grass.
Right. Well, the baby gets born, but before they leave to go to the concert, they finally catch the paparazzo. He's just there at the hospital. They run him down and teach him a life lesson.
Just by looking at them.
I was wrong. You guys, I'm going to do something else with my life. I thought that was dumb.
And then immediately gets the newsman in a hot tub scandal.
Hot tub scandal, which, that's scandalous? He's a newsman. He's a publisher. There's probably lots of publishers that are in hot tubs with a couple babes.
Well, that's the thing. That was like some truth. Because you get that a lot on the tabloids. Like, hot tub scandal. It's just a person in a hot tub. What? They like it because it's warm. I like it because it's warm too.
You know what would have been better is if they would have gotten him, like, with a Lincoln log in there.
The baby Ruth floating around. Back to the poop. Let's not go down to that road. So we have a tour bus sequence where Victoria Spice has to... Posh Adams has to drive the bus at high speeds to get to the concert through London. They're all the way across town or something. They got to get there now immediately. How do the girls end up on top of the bus?
They just do. He even says that somehow they're on top of the bus.
Oh, okay. So it's like a movie.
Yeah.
The power of convenience.
It stinks.
So they're on top of the bus, having struggles. Oh, they first try to wave to the Queen and Prince William, who do not appear in this film.
Nope.
Like, oh, we'll put the Queen and Prince William in the film. Mark McKinney saying this. You go to the scene that it's happening. Hi! Nothing. Obviously, they couldn't make that happen.
They're having tea with John Cleese.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that shit. Spice Girls. I hate those guys. So, Prince Philip probably really or what's his name?
Harry.
Not
William?
Philip. Duke Philip? What is he? Officially? Philip. Queen's husband.
Officially?
Yeah.
His title?
Yeah.
Consort?
Bangmaid. Bangmaid Philip.
But he's the king of another country.
Duke
or something.
of Earl? I don't know. Anyways, he probably likes the Spice Girls. Philip. Seems like a spice man to me.
How old is William?
At this point in 1997?
He's got to be
How old
like
is he
12. He's probably like 25, 26.
No, he's like 18, 19 years old at this point.
No, we're 18. Is he the same age as us?
Yeah.
No, he is not the same age as us. He is younger than us.
No, Prince William is the same age as us because Princess Kate is 35.
She is not 35 years old.
Yes, she is. He's like 36 or 37.
No, he is not. He's like 26 at most.
He is bald.
No, he's in his 30s. Prince William is in his 30s.
No way, dude. No way.
Yeah, he is.
Huh. Well, anyways, they didn't show up in the film. So,
they were busy.
Now, we get a total speed moment. We get 2 speed moments in this sequence because the Tower Bridge is raising itself up and they gotta jump the bus. They gotta do it. How are they gonna do it? 70 mile an hour, 2-ton,
it's expensive.
5-ton bus.
Yeah.
Jumping the Tower Bridge. They do it. It blew my mind. I couldn't believe they were able to finance that special effect. Wow.
With the plastic.
Wait, what? Huh? No, that looked awesome.
He's 3 years younger than us.
Yeah.
So he
Still not.
He would have been
32.
15.
He's 32. Yeah. Anyways. But then there's a bomb on the bus, which doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it does go someplace, but it was a total speed.
And that's when
thing.
George Wendt has had enough of the writer, and like, haven't they suffered enough?
Yeah, haven't they
He
suffered
starts
enough?
strangling Mark McKinney
Well, they make it to the concert.
for writing their life orally
They make it to the concert, and they spice up our lives.
with the colors of the world, which is when I was bitching about pageantry in the... Was it the last podcast that I was bitching about pageantry?
I think you were just bitching about pageantry.
Yeah, no, because I bitch about the pageantry because of the pageantry that England had for the Olympics.
Yeah.
That was just outside. We were just smoking cigarettes.
Nope, that was on the
Bullshit.
podcast.
Huh,
I
okay.
stopped
that
the
was on the
podcast
0.5 episode.
to soapbox about how much I hate pageants.
Mm.
Colors of the World is everything that is wrong with pageants in a song.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a lyrical or like a lyrical I can't even think of what you'd call it. They don't understand anything about culture, and they divulge it in full with the lyrics of this song.
Can you give us some examples?
No, it
Other
was
than
making
shaking to
me
the left.
angry. Shake it
You're
to the
having a good
left.
time.
Slam it to the left.
No,
shake
because
it
they
to the
just
right.
started like naming countries and like trying to use accents.
Oh yeah, that's right. Borneo. Bleh, whatever that sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that song sucks. So, credits sequence. That's the end of the movie.
The ending
essentially.
of the movie is confusing to me.
They break through the fourth wall.
Well,
I thought was
what doesn't make
God
any
damn
sense
it.
to me is the Clifford's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
They go up and talk to her, and they're like, "Oh, it's a good thing we got a serious actress for the movie." And they're talking to her as she's an actress, but Clifford is still Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we here?
I don't know.
It is confusing as all get out.
Time and reality have no properties in this film.
No.
It is like space. Space is both cold. Space is both
Dark.
dark. Space has none of these properties.
Resembles none of these qualities.
Yeah, it's a very strange... It is a Hawkwind song, this movie is. As told by Yoda. Yeah, so they break through the fourth wall, which I always fucking hate. Don't never break through the fourth wall. It's
They
so
did
stupid.
throughout the whole movie. Because Bob Hoskins says girl power to the camera.
Yeah, but that was in a idea sequence. That wasn't actually them doing something and talking directly to us. It was stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But did you notice that the entire credit sequence was a long take?
Yeah.
Not a single cut in that. And it's what do you think? About 8 minutes?
4.
Yeah, it's more like about 4
Well,
minutes.
still, it's not bad for amateur actors. It's a good long take, I thought, even though the concept
I
was
had
stupid.
started getting confused and then I was kind of phasing out what they were saying.
Yeah. Well, I started phasing out about 4 minutes into this. I'm just...
I have a hard time understanding you, and when I do understand you, you make me angry.
I can just turn off the ears for a while. So, yeah.
Okay. Hard Day's Night. I saw it when I was like 7 or something. Have you seen it? Do you remember, is that the one that is the sort of genre-hopping Beatles movie?
They just run all around and have zany adventures.
Isn't there like some genre-hopping or there's something like
There's
that?
stuff like that, but it's all just zany adventures. The teenage girls chasing them through the streets of London, and they're running and it's wild. It's yeah. I think it's very similar to
Okay.
Hard Day's Night.
Yeah.
What else you guys got for me?
I forgot to mention that the Stephen Fry sequence when
When
he's
he's
sentencing them to
the judge.
mediocrity.
I liked that.
I
that was
thought
a
it
good
wasn't just fun. It was absolutely the goddamn truth.
sequence. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he was just telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
There
Pretty
was
much.
brief moments where the truth was told in this movie, but not
I think
very
this movie
often.
was very self-aware, and I kind of think that the Spice Girls, because of how this was presented, that they were self-aware. They make fun of themselves a lot in this film. In my
when you can understand what they're
when
saying.
you can understand what the hell they're saying.
What was going on with the fish?
Oh my god!
What,
that was
she's
weird.
just like talking to
There's,
the fish,
they're
talking about
bubbly, they're bubbly and
I couldn't.
fluffy, and
I was getting like half of it, and then she just starts screaming at the fish. Like, what is going on here?
she's scary. Yeah. What else you guys got? Anything? Jackie Lulu, your thoughts?
I loved it. I was completely entertained. Yeah, the movie does make a a lot of sense, but
It doesn't make any sense.
Lick.
I was entertained and I liked it, and I would recommend it.
I'm going to say that I was disappointed with it. I do not think it should have been on John Wilson's 100 enjoyable bad movies list.
When I read that
I think
list,
there's so much more stuff on there.
I think that he has a thing for pageantry.
Mm.
I think he has a thing for musicals as well.
Okay, all right. Well.
So if it's enjoyably guilty, it's because it's a pageantry and a musical. Maybe that's just something that he has a weakness for. I don't. I actually goddamn hate musicals.
Yeah. I liked it though. I think I'm going to give it a recommend. I think that people should view this movie. I don't think that people should have viewed it when it came out. I think people should go do a little time travel and recheck this thing out, because it is wild. It has some moments, but it's not something that's going to have, once we're all dead, nobody's going to care about this film, unfortunately. So long term, nah.
I can't decide. I think that there's enough there that's entertaining that I'll give it a do.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I laughed to the point of tears over Bogey Breakfast. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
There is good moments, but just not enough.
And actually, I have to give it a recommend because it made the list of bad dive movies. Number 3.
Bad dive movies.
Bad
absolutely.
dive behind Piranha, and of course the number 1 bad dive ever, Solar Babies.
the movie takes a dive, and so does Sporty. On that note, get to the chopper. Give me to the chopper. Give me to the chopper. Right?
Is that Barry Gibb Chopper? Give me to the